Hey everybody, so you may not have had a chance yet to play map 6 in the new Alliance Quest, or maybe you have, but either way, this video is going to be talking about the new map 6 crystals, not the map 5 ones, but the map 6 ones that came out, and I want to find out what exactly is this chance of getting a tier 2 alpha catalyst, and I think there's enough public information available to calculate more or less the yield. What are we going to get? So they say they increased the tier 2 alpha catalyst yield by 200%, but that it includes the tier 2 alpha, the fully formed tier 2 alpha that they added. And they said now contain a very low chance toward a fully formed tier 2 alpha. Now we all know if Kabam is saying it's low, it's probably very, very low. So no, let's not get any high expectations. And I don't think we should because that's a pretty crazy reward to get out of one crystal. So I just want to find out what those are. So I went to the spreadsheets. So here we are on the spreadsheets, and I'm just going to walk you through my thought process real quick. So we start up here with just figuring out what does percent increase mean, and this is what I take it to mean. So maybe I'm wrong here. I know sometimes you can say 200% is double. That's not how I read it. A 200% increase to me means triple. So if I take the original value of 10, this is just an arbitrary value of 10, multiply it by 200%, I get 20, and then I think the new value is 20 plus 10 to get the 30. Okay, now thanks to contest champion Brian Grant and Legacy, I just went through some. I YouTubed map 6 crystal openings. Those two guys had some pretty sizable openings that they showed their catalyst fragments beforehand, and that's what I needed to calculate exactly what they got. Between them, the videos I saw, we got close to 500 crystals, 473, and between all those, I got 36,592 tier 2 alpha shards out of those map 6 crystals. That works out to about 77 shards per crystal. Now, if we, I'm gonna round up to 80 just to make that a little bit easier to deal with some round numbers. So if I'm getting 80 shards per crystal in the old system, I'm getting a 200% increase, right? Now 200% increase, if we follow the same formula from up here, is going to equal 160 new increased value, and 240 is the total what we can expect from crystals now. So if you're hoarding, this might be a number you can apply to guess how many alphas fragments you're going to get, but this is what's new. Now, if we just look at hypothetical tier 2 alpha odds, so let's just say it's 100% or 1% chance to pull. This is much higher than I think it is. 1% chance to pull. There's 36,000 fragments in a tier 2 alpha. If we opened 100 crystals with a 1% chance, we expect, okay, this is not exactly how statistics work, but let's just say we get 1, and that means the average fragments per crystal is 360. Okay, so just to reverse that, to make sure that this math that I'm going to do at the end is working, if I take 360 divided by 3600, I get 0.01, which is 1%, right? So that works. Now the increase is so basically, you'll see what I mean by this math at the end. So the increase is 160. Now the increase can't be 100% tier 2. The tier 2 alpha addition, the small chance at pulling the full tier 2 alpha, can't be 100% of the increase, because they said also that they're increasing the amount of shards you get. So I don't think that's all coming there. So we're not gonna be getting the exact same amount of shards and then occasionally a tier 2 alpha. I think we're gonna be getting more shards in general and also maybe a tier 2 alpha. So if I take it just a 50-50 split, so 80 of the 160 shards per crystal that we're gonna get comes from the shards, the fragments. I should be saying fragments, not shards. Whatever, too late for that. And then 80 comes from the fully formed tier 2 alpha. I take this 80 divided into 3600 like we did up here, and then I get 0.22%. So that's if the distribution is split 50-50. Now if it's 100-0, which means that even so, if the only increase in tier 2 alpha catalysts is from the fully formed tier 2 alphas that they added to this crystal, it's still only 0.44%. I don't think it's that high. So I've said basically eliminated this one. It's not happening. It's not 0.44%. So it's 0.2. It could be 0.22%. If it's 75-25, which means that most of the addition to this crystal of tier 2 alpha fragments is in the form of that fully formed tier 2 alpha, this works out to 0.33% of the pool. And if it's the reverse 25-75, that's a typo right there, it works out to 0.11%. What I think that this means is that the odds of pulling a fully formed tier 2 alpha, is between 0.1 and 0.3%, more or less, 0.11 and 0.33. That's pretty small. that's 10 times, let's say the 1%. And on the low end, this could mean that every 1,000 crystals or so, you should expect a fully formed tier 2 alpha. That's a lot. Of course, people are going to pull them. I guarantee you we'll see a map 6 opening where people pull 2 in one batch of 5. It's going to happen eventually. I always get nervous posting math videos because people just tear apart your math, and they'll be right. If I'm wrong, I will delete this. But I checked over the math a couple times, and I'm pretty sure that this is the way that I can calculate the odds of getting a fully formed tier 2 alpha with the current information, right? So I only have empirical data from the past crystal and information from Kabam on what they did to change it, right? So once we have empirical data, it's going to take a while to get empirical data, enough like 500 crystals in one opening with these new crystals, because people have to hoard them. They didn't transfer over, so the crystals, if you hoarded them, were the old map 6 crystals, and now there's new map 6 crystals, and they're totally different. So let's just see. Let's see what happens. I guarantee you on Reddit, we're going to be seeing some tier 2 alphas being pulled. I opened, I think, around 6 of them. I did get some shards. That was nice. I did get more shards than I expect from 5 crystals, 6 crystals. But nothing special. So we'll see. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, take care.